ਮੂਕ ਉਚਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਸਤਰ ਖਟ ਪਿੰਗ ਗਿਰਨ ਚੜ ਜਾਏ ਅੰਧ ਲਖੈ ਬਦਰੋ ਸੁਨੈ ਜੋ ਕਾਲ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਾਏ ਅੰਧ ਲਖੈ ਬਦਰੋ ਸੁਨੈ ਜੋ ਕਾਲ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਾਏ।
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਕਰਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਏਕ ਹੈ ਦੂਸਰ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋਇ ਨਾਨਕ ਤਿਸ ਬਲਹਾਰਣੈ ਜਲ ਥਲ ਮਹੀਲ ਸੋਏ। ਕਰਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਏਕ ਹੈ ਦੂਸਰ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੋਇ ਨਾਨਕ ਤਿਸ ਬਲਹਾਰਣੈ ਜਲ ਥਲ ਮਹੀਲ ਸੋਏ। ਕਰਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਏਕ ਹੈ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਅੰਦਰ। Blessed you are in the court of ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਾਮ ਰੂਪੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਨ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ। To listen to the Katha of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji of the Bani of Sri Sukhmani Sahib. Sukhmani meaning that Bani which is the Bani that gives us peace, happiness, Sukh den wali Bani. The Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji tells us ke main chare kunda pa liya tud jevar na saya. Guru Maharaj Ji is telling us ke main, which means myself. So we are speaking to the Guru here and saying ke hey Maharaj Ji, hey Sai, main chare kunda pa liya. Now I've traveled in all four corners of this world to the Jevar na Saya, but there's nobody like you, WhyGuru Ji. Main dasaho marg sant ho kyo Prabhu malaya. Ke hey Sadh Sangat Ji, when a Sikh comes into Sadh Sangat, they come to the Gurdwara Sahib, where Sadh Sangat is, we should have this one question in our mind. Main dasaho marg sant ho. Now I ask the saints, those who come into the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, who come here, may dasaho means to ask this question. Marga, the path of the saints, the path of WhyGuru Ji. I asked him about that path. Because at the end of that path is WhyGuru Ji. Kyo Prabhu Malaya. How can I meet WhyGuru Ji? This is the question that we should have when we come to see Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji. Judasi Maharaj Ji di shar vich aunde ne saad sangat. You should have this question. Swal ke kyo Prabhu malaya. How can I meet WhyGuru Ji? How can I become one with WhyGuru Ji? And this is the essence of our life. Gobind milan ki ehe teri bariya. That the reason why you are here, Guru Granth Sahib Ji is saying to us, is to meet WhyGuru Ji. Aise tarah avar kaaj tera kitna kaam mil saad sangat bhaj ke varnam. That don't do anything else but this one thing. Mil saad sangat. Meet the Sadh Sangat, meet the holy company, Bhaj Kevar Naam, ate Naam Japo. Recite God's name. That's simple, but so hard at the same time. Akhana Okha, Sacha now. The Guru says it's very hard to say God's name many times, because when there's Sukh, then our mind is in the Sukh. When there's Dukh, our mind is in the Dukh. And what is our life like? Sukh ate Dukh. It's always high or low. When we're so happy, then we try to do Naam Japana, then Ose Vile Saad Sangat Ji, our mind is in all the good things that we're enjoying in life, all the pleasures, whether that's family, friends, work, whatever it is. And then when we're dukhi, then where's our mind? In all the dukh. So how do we ever win then? Right? What state do we have to be in? But especially when we're in dukh, in that time that we have this great force inside, this great reason that actually I don't want to be in dukkha anymore. So what do I need to do to get myself out of this? And that's when we truly go searching. We start looking for the truth. We start looking for that true happiness, because eventually we get fed up of being in this state of always being up and down, being happy and then sad, happy and sad. We want to be in an eternal state, a state which is a state of oneness, where we're not in sukh and dukh. We see them as one. Sukh dukha samkara janne. To see them as barabar, to see them as equal, to see no difference between the two. With the blessings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, we've been going through the Katha of Sri Sukhmani Sahib, this Bani that gives us peace, gives us happiness through taking upon the Guru's teachings, and we've reached nearly halfway through the Katha of Sri Sukhmani Sahib. So just in summary, Sankhet, which what we went through last week, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji talks us about many millions of different things in this earth. The creation, there's so many planets, so many galaxies. We learn about this in school, but the Guru has been telling us this for many years. The Guru tells us that there's many people who walk in this path of spirituality. There's many who have made it, but there's also many that have fallen on the path as well. The Akhiliya Pankti, which in the last 2 lines of last week, Guru Arjan Dev Ji said to us, "Ke apne jan ko saas samare, nanak oy parameshwar ke pyare." Apne jan ko, ke Hari Parameshwar WhyGuru Ji, apne Gurmukha nu swas sambhalda hai. They take care of their Guru Sikhs. They take care of those ones that face them. How? Swas samare, swas. With each and every breath, the Guru is taking care of them. With every breath that the person takes. Right? And I'm sure we breathe a lot of breaths a day. You can probably Google it, work out the average. But the Guru is saying, okay, with every single breath, WhyGuru Ji is protecting their Sikh. So every breath that you're taking right now, the Guru is taking care of you. Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj is saying to us, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, "Te nanak oy parameshwar ke pyare." The Guru Arjan Dev Ji tells us, "Oy parameshwar ke pyare." That is a true beloved of WhyGuru Ji. The one that WhyGuru Ji takes care of. And at the end of the day, we're all the beloved of WhyGuru Ji. WhyGuru Ji loves us all. The love is equal. It doesn't discriminate. Right? I remember hearing a story a few days ago. It was of these 2 different beings. It was actually of WhyGuru Ji and this other being. I can't remember who it was. And WhyGuru Ji is known as the giver. They give to everyone. And this other being, whoever they were, I can't remember now who that person was. They said to WhyGuru Ji, "Why don't you give me responsibility? Okay, one day let me, take care of the whole world and give to everyone." Right? So WhyGuru Ji says, "No, right? Not going to give this to you." And they go, "Why not?" And they go, they didn't answer. But then eventually they convinced WhyGuru Ji. And then what happened was that one day they became the giver to everyone. But on that day, when he was giving to every single person, he saw the worst ever papi ever, the worst ever sinner. And he says, "You know what? I'm not going to give them anything. I'm not even going to give them air." And at that time, then WhyGuru Ji intervened. And he said, "Look, you're not going to give to this person, you've discriminated. But when it comes to WhyGuru Ji, they don't discriminate, they give to everyone." Right? They gave air to everybody, whether it's the papi or the punni. And we learn through this Katha that even Guru Sahib Ji, that one who's a patit, the one who's a sinner, who's in the worst kind of sins, maybe they've stolen from many people, maybe they've killed many people, anybody can be saved. They come to the Guru's court and ask for forgiveness. And the Guru went around and they saved many people he would think could be saved as well. So Nanak oy parameshwar ke pyare, that is the beloved of WhyGuru Ji, Jeko dube phir hove sa. The Guru says, even if somebody is drowned in their Vishyavikar, in the passions of the world, has committed of sin, phir hove sa, they can still be saved by the Guru's blessings. So before we start the Katha today, let's all focus our minds on Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji's charan. Te sari sangat aakho Satnam Sri WhyGuru Sahib Ji.
Karan karan prabh ek hai.
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji starts by saying ke WhyGuru Ji, that one Ik Oankar, the one creator who expanded across this whole universe and even beyond that. Karan karan. Sare karja de karan wala. Ik Hari Parameshwar WhyGuru Ji hai. Hanji.
Dusar nahi koi.
There's only one giver, WhyGuru Ji. They're the causes of everything. They're the cause of all causes. Dusar nahi koi. There's nobody else. There's only them. Everything that you see happening in the world, it's all WhyGuru Ji doing it. Hanji.
Nanak tis balaharna.
Ise tarah Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji kathan karde han ke tis balaharna. Ke os Parameshwar nu, that one WhyGuru Ji, or os WhyGuru Ji to balahar. Qurban jaiye, that become a sacrifice to that one who is the causes of all causes. Jal thala, hanji.
Jal thala mein hiyal so.
That one who resides in the jal. Jal means water. Jal, if you hear in the langar hall, when they say Jal WhyGuru Ji, that means water. So we don't say pani, we just say Jal. Is a more respectful term. So Jal ate thal. Thal the arth hai Sasang Ji tarti. The whole land. Jal thala mein hiyal so vyapak. The one who resides in the water and the earth and the air, that I do namaskar, I'm a sacrifice to that one. Hanji.
Ashtapadi karan karavan karna jog.
So jog the arth hai Sasang Ji layak, worthy, deserving. Samratha, the one with all the Shakti. That one WhyGuru Ji Karna Karavan, Karne Jog. That whatever WhyGuru Ji does, it is all perfect. From the start of time to what's happening now to the future, it is WhyGuru Ji doing everything. They're the cause of what's happening right now. If that happens in our life, if we just pause for a second and thought actually WhyGuru Ji is doing this, then there must be a reason for it. Because Guru Sahib Ji always has the perfect plan. And then many times after many years, we start to realize actually there was a reason why that happened to me. But in the moment, I couldn't see it. But many years later, we realize actually that was for my own pala, that was for my own good. Hanji.
ਜੋ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਹੋਗ
ਜੋ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵੇ, ਜੋ ਉਸ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ, whatever pleases that one WhyGuru Ji, ਸੋਈ ਹੋਗ. ਉਹ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਹੀ ਤਿੰਨ ਕਾਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. That happens in all three times, past, present and future. Whatever pleases WhyGuru Ji, whatever makes WhyGuru Ji happy is going to happen, Guru Arjan Dev Ji says. So in one respect, we don't have a choice. But what we know is that it pleases WhyGuru Ji, and whoever pleases WhyGuru Ji is good. Right? Because WhyGuru Ji only wants good for us. They only want our pala. They want the good of everyone. Hanji.
ਖਿਨ ਮਹਿ ਥਾਪ ਉਥਾਪ ਨਹਾਰਾ.
Then Guru Sahib Ji tells us kin meh. Kin means in a split moment. Kin, chin. Ek chin de vich Sahib Sangh Ji thap. WhyGuru Ji created this whole world. This whole world was created in just a second. Phir uthap nahara. So Sahib Sangh Ji is sansar nu paida karke, they created this world. Phir palan karke, they then took care of the world. Phir uthap nahara. Uthap nahara means to destroy. Then they destroy it. They created it, sustained it, and then destroyed it. That is the play of WhyGuru Ji. Just like a sand castle, a child makes a sand castle, plays with it, and then destroys it. In the same way, WhyGuru Ji has no attachment to this creation. They make it, they play with it, and then they destroy it. And then they start over again, because it's not going to stay forever. But for us, we feel that that sand castle is going to remain, is because we become so attached to it. It's not to put ourselves down, but we are so attached to those around us. The Guru Sahib is saying that one WhyGuru Ji, kiname tapa tapa nahara. In the moment they created this, and in the moment it's all destroyed, just like that. Hanji.
ਅੰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਛ ਪਾਰਾਵਾਰਾ.
The Sahib Sangh Ji, their par urvar, their limit cannot be found. Ant nahi. We cannot find an end to the creation of WhyGuru Ji, or their limits, or what they can do, or what they cannot do. Ke Sahib Sangh Ji, WhyGuru Ji can do everything. Hanji.
ਹੁਕਮੇ ਧਾਰ ਅਧਾਰ ਰਹਾਵੈ.
The hukme tar. Hukme means their order, their will. Hukme tar. Tar means this whole sansar is made in their hukum. The atar rahave. Atar means niratar. Asra to rahat. Asra to bagair rahave. They created everything and it needs no support. Just look at the sky. The sky needs no support. Just look at the earth. The earth needs no support. There's nobody holding the earth up, right? Last time we checked the satellites, right? Asked NASA. There wasn't somebody holding the earth up, right? But that's what they used to think back in the days, right? They'd think that somebody's holding the earth up. They thought it was a bull. So if you look at Siddhi Japji Sahib the part, they say in there, ke taul dharma daya ka puta santokh thap rakhya janasud. They thought that there was a bull holding this earth up. The Guru Nanak Dev Ji said to him, if there's a bull holding this earth up, then what is the bull standing on? They go, they must be standing on another earth. They go, what's holding that earth up? So they go, tarti hor, pare hor. Tiste par, tale kavara jod. Right? There must be a lot of way. Who's holding that earth up? And then that earth. So it's like a ongoing cycle, right? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is very clever with how they used to teach or samjhat people the truth. Right? They didn't just say you're crazy or you're insane or you're an idiot. They said, think about it. If there was an earth and then the bull was holding up, what is the bull standing on? And etc., right? So Guru Sahib is saying that look at this whole tarti that we see around us, look at the sky. What is supporting it then? It is all WhyGuru Ji's hukum. It is all their taram that is supporting it. Hanji.
ਹੁਕਮੇ ਉਪਜੈ ਹੁਕਮ ਸਮਾਵੈ.
Hukume upajay means just sareer, that's made of panch tat, or just 5 elements in general. Hukume upajay,
ਹੁਕਮ ਸਮਾਵੈ.
hukum samave. Fir Sahib Sangh Ji, after many years, samave means samaj janda hai. It is absorbed back into the whole creation. But another deeper arth to this is ke hukume upajay, hukum samave. That what happens to us through WhyGuru Ji's hukum means will, order. Hukume upajay means to create. Ke Sahib Sangh Ji, sade andar we have moho. So moh paida hunda hai sade andar. Inside us we get this attachment. And what happens when we get attachment? Hukm samave. Fir asi agyanta vich sama jande han. We become absorbed in agyanta, in ignorance. Because of our attachment, we become blinded. And we can see that many times. Just look at anger, for example. When we get angry, we lose all our soji, we lose all our concentration, all our thought process. And we can't think straight. That's why it's good to take a walk. Or to pause for a second and think before we speak. So many granths, like old scriptures, one of them is written in Sad Kutavali. They say that the wise person is the one who thinks before they speak. So they pause before they speak. But when we're angry, do we ever pause? We don't pause. We speak so much we can't even get the words out of our mouth properly. Right? Or we get tears in our eyes because we're like proper angry, right? Like bare gussa, as we'll say, karke in today's world. Right? So the point here is that Guru Sahib is saying that from their hukam, it's all in their will. Okay, what happens to us? We gain this moho, we gain this attachment to hukam as-samavi, we get absorbed in that ignorance. And then what can that poor person do, right? When we're trapped in ignorance. Right? And that's what we're all stuck in. As harsh as it sounds, we've all got a disease. We might have the physical disease that we have in the world, but the Guru says that we've all got a rog. We went through this many weeks ago, probably every week, nearly. Jo dise so rogi. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says to us, wherever I look, I just see everybody's ill. Jo dise, wherever I look, so rogi, rog rahat mera Satguru jogi. The only my Satguru, only Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, all those ones who have taken on the Guru's teachings, they are rog rahat. They have no disease inside them. So it's from them we get the ilaj, we get the medicine, we get the davai, and then we can also be healed as well of this disease. But the thing with this disease is that it doesn't just stay with us in this life, it goes off with us in many lives. It stays with us forever. The disease of this body is going to go one day, if the body perishes or we find a cure for it. But the disease of the ego stays with us for many lifetimes. Billions of lifetimes. In a Granth called Farid Kot Tika, which was the first ever Sikh commentary of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, written in Hindi, it's said in there roughly that the soul is roughly, when it goes through the 8.4 million life cycle, is about roughly over 4 billion years old. Why? The Atma. When it goes through the 8.4 million life cycle, 4 billion years old. So we are very old. Been around for a very long time. And it's because of the ego we've had to go through all those life forms. This I, me. This I am. I exist. Why did this happen to me? I am attached. Etc. But it's through Guru Prasad, through the Guru's blessings, that we are freed from that. And then we don't have to come back in the cycle again. So Guru Sahib is saying, hukum upajay hukum samave. That's through the hukum this all happens, but it's also through that hukum that we can be saved as well, Hanji.
Hukme uch neech vyavhar.
WhyGuru Ji, the hukum which, in that order of WhyGuru Ji, uch neech, shreshth nive, high and low, da vyavhar hunda hai. Vyavhar means like occupation, job. That we have great jobs and not so great jobs. Good actions, change karam ate mare karam. People do good, people do bad. There's paap ate pun. There's good actions and there's bad actions. And this all happens in WhyGuru Ji's hukum, Hanji.
Hukme anek rang prakar.
The WhyGuru Ji, the hukum which aneka tara de anand hunde. There's many different types of anand, bliss that somebody gains, pleasures. Right? And there's the anand of this world, and then there's the anand of different heavens and hells. Well, not hells, right, but heavens. But at the end of the day, Sasangaji, there's many of these, and this is all in Guru Sahib's hukum as well. Rajo gun, tamo gun, sato gun. We probably heard about this in Gurbani, Tere gun. Rajo gun, if you talk about rang, there's a link between colors and the 3 types of qualities. Rajo gun is known as lal, the red color, tamo gun, which is black, the sato gun, which is white. What does Rajogun represent? So us, the armed person, we have more Rajo and Tamogun inside us. Rajogun means a quality of passion. Very passionate. It can even be like anger. These kind of qualities. Then you have Tamogun. Tamogun is like complete ignorance. No clarity. Evil thoughts. Then you have Satogun. Satogun is clarity, peace. So we can think to ourselves, what state are we in most of the time? Are we more the Rajagun, Tamagun or Satogun? Right? But in general, in today's world, we're more Rajagun and Tamagun. And things like what we eat affect that as well. So if we eat foods that are like fried, right? Or we eat leftover food from the next day, heat it up again, that's more Rajo than Tamagun. If we have more Satoguni food, more simple food, such as like dal, nuts, basically all the things that our parents want us to eat, langar, roti, right? But the Nojuan of today's world want to eat Linda McCartney pies and all that kind of stuff, right? If you're vegetarian, right? Nobody wants roti every single day in today's world, right? Especially when you go to India, you have to have it 3 times a day and like char 1 million times as well. But point is here that food is very simple for us and it's very good for us and for our spirituality as well, for our bhakti, keeps our mind clear. Especially who's making your food as well. If you've got somebody that's bare angry with you making your food, that's going to go in your food as well. So maybe whoever's cooking your food, be nice to them, right? And you might get some kirpa next time you're eating as well. Hanji, aage paro ji.
Kar kar dekha apni vadiyai.
So kar dekhe. So WhyGuru ji kar, do vari. Kar can mean their 2 hands. With their own hands, WhyGuru ji made this whole tarti. Is sansar nu paida karke kar dekhe. Fir WhyGuru ji dekhna karda hai. They themselves look at this whole creation. Vadiyai, this greatness, this bahota ehovadan. This great play that Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about. WhyGuru ji looks at the whole creation, Hanji.
Nanak sab mein hai rahya samai.
Guru Arjan Dev Ji tells us that Prabhu, us Prabhu Parameshwar WhyGuru ji, Hanji, dwara paro ji.
Nanak sab mein hai rahya samai.
Sab mein hai. Sab mein hai means in this whole creation, sab mein hai rahya samai, that they are absorbed in the whole creation. Rahya samai. Absorb themselves. They're not separate. They sit within the creation and they see what is happening all around us and they're allowing it to happen for a reason, for a purpose. And in one respect, it's like our aim to find out what is the reason. What is the reason for us being here? We're already told that yes, to meet God. But it's only through experience, through life, that we actually understand what the Guru is saying. And then we actually make a conscious effort to follow the Guru's teachings, Hanji.
Prabh pavai, manuk gat pavai.
So making that conscious effort to follow the Guru's teachings, when we make that effort, then we earn the Guru's khushiyan. Khushiyan mean the happiness. So Guru says that when we earn the Guru's khushiyan, when we make the Guru happy, Prabh pavai. But basically, when we make Guru Sahib Ji happy. So WhyGuru ji nu, jis jiva, jasa singh je, WhyGuru ji nu paunda hai. If it makes WhyGuru ji happy, ta manukh gat pave. Manukh gat pave means ke manukh mukti prapat kar sakda hai. If WhyGuru ji is happy, mukti means liberation. If God is happy, if it pleases God, if we earn Guru Sahib Ji's khushiyan, fir manukh gat pave, then we can gain liberation. We can be free not just from this world, but from the shackles of this world, meaning the thoughts in our mind. Thousands and thousands of thoughts a day. We may think we're the only one that has 1 million thoughts. Maybe, 999,000 negative thoughts and 1 positive thought a day we may think we may have. We're not the only one. There's many people that go for this. That's why in Sri Japji Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev Ji tells us that Jodh Mahabala Sura, there are 3 types of warriors. And the greatest of the 3 is a Surma. And the Surma is such a great warrior because he fights or she fights tens of thousands, millions of thoughts every single day. We call it Nit Da Jang. Nit means daily, Da Jang battle. It's not a battle that you face once a year or once every 10 years or once in your life. It's Nit Har Roj. Every single day we have to fight this battle. So Guru Sahib Ji here saying to us, Prabh pave, manukh gat pave. That if WhyGuru ji becomes pleased, fir us jiva, that person can gain mukti di daat, Hanji.
Prabh pavai ta pathar taravai.
Prabhu Parameshwar WhyGuru ji, that one God, je WhyGuru ji nu paunda hai, ta pathar taravai. Pathar means pathar, stone. The jira pathar hai, Satsang ji, that stone, that can be carried across. Taravai, tar janda hai. It is carried across this Pav Sagar, this Sansar Rupi Samundar. It is carried across that. If God wants it to happen, if God is pleased, then even a stone can be carried across. Just look at the history of Ramchandra ji. What did he do? He got stones and he made a bridge for the monkeys to go across. And they said that on each pathar was written Ram as well. So it was done physically within that itihas, that history as well. And what does it also mean? It's not just talking about a physical stone, it's talking about the heart that has become like a patthar. You may know somebody who's very stone-hearted, right? Think that person has no heart, right? Or your heart is like a stone, we may say. Or we may feel about ourselves that our hirda, our heart, is like a patthar, it's like a stone. But it said that even that person who has such a stone-like heart, has such harsh words, that they can be carried across as well. If Guru Sahib Ji does kirpa, if WhyGuru Ji is pleased, Hanji.
ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਬਿਨ ਸਾਸ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੈ
Sasang Ji, Prabh Pave, Je WhyGuru Ji nu paunda. If it pleases WhyGuru Ji, bin saas te rakhe. Bin saas. Saas means breath. Ke swasa to bagair Sasang Ji, that person can live. Jonda rehanda hai, that person can live for so long. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is saying to us. Just look up Bhai Mati Das Ji. Bhai Mati Das Ji was sawn in half. If you read the Itihas of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, when Guru Sahib Ji went to give Shahidi, Ose Vele Sahasing Ji, Bhai Mati Das Ji was one of the Guru Sikhs with Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, our ninth Guru. Our ninth Guru was beheaded in Delhi. And before them, 3 Guru Sikhs gave Shahidi. They gave martyrdom, they sacrificed their life. And the first was Bhai Mati Das Ji. Because Bhai Mati Das Ji said to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji that I don't like the way these people are speaking to you. We should do something about this. And then they decided to punish Bhai Mati Das Ji. And what was the punishment? To saw him in a half. To get a saw and to take the hair, move the hair to both sides so you got a partition in the middle. Many of you know about this, especially my sisters, the partition. Guys, you might know, might not know as well. Partition, some have in the middle. Pull it to the side, put the saw there and start sawing in half. Then what happened was at that time, Bhai Mati Das Ji started to do Japji Sahib the part. And it comes in Sri Guru Pratap Suj Granth, what happened that time, Donho Tanate Japji Pade. Here they say Donho Tanate, from both bodies, Japji Pade. That Sri Japji Sahib the part was coming from both bodies. So Bhai Mati Das Ji is being sawn in half, and Kavi Santokh Singh Ji writes, this poet, Ke donho tanate japji pade. Now from both bodies now, Japji Sahib the part is coming. Prabhave binisas te rakhe. That there's no more breath in the person, but fir Japji Sahib the part is still going. Hirata sabko achiraj bade. Hirata. That everybody's become so shocked. That how is this possible? How can 2 bodies read Japji Sahib the part? How can a body cut in half read Japji Sahib the part? And say, hoy do khanda na jivat koi. Do khand means 2 parts. Hoy do khand, if somebody becomes in 2 parts, na jivat koi, nobody can live the cut in half. But it says, ehto pathata jiyata jimahoy. But it said, this person, ehto pathata means to read. They're reading part like somebody who is alive. How is this possible? The people are saying, Kavi Santokh Singh Ji writes, and they're saying the last 2 lines, ke pog pae kar donho tanate. Sri Japji Sahib the Pog Paake, reading Sri Japji Sahib the part, Pog Pae Dono Akar Dono Tanate. They say from both bodies, Japji Sahib the part finishes. Jini Namate Aya Gay Masakatakal, Nanakte Mukujle, Keti Chutti Nal. And then where does Bhai Mati Das Ji go? They say Gurupur Pahonchio, Premi Mante. Gurupur, Sachkhand. Just like on the Chandoa Sahib, Sachkhand Vase Nirankar. Where do they go? They go to the Gurupur. Gur means the Guru, Pur means city, the home of the Guru, Sachkhand. Gurupur Pahonchio Premi Mante. That Pyara Guru Sikh by Mati Das Ji goes to Sachkhand. So Prabhave Manukha Gat Pave, Prabhave Tapathatarave, Prabhave Binasaste Rakhe. Ke Swasato Bagair Sanse Ji with no breath, that person can still live. Just like Bhai Mati Das Ji, just like Baba Deep Singh Ji, whose head was chopped off, and they had their head in their hand, and they're still chopping their enemies until they reach Ram Das Sarovar. Until they reach Sri Harmandir Sahib. Yothe Sah Singh Ji, Guru Ram Das Ji Maharaj Ji, they charan ka vich matha teke, by bowing in the feet of Guru Ram Das Ji, they leave their body at that time. So these words of Gurbani are not just words, they are lived by the Sikh. By Mati Das Ji, by Mani Singh Ji, Baba Deep Singh Ji Adak. All these great Gurumukhs have lived this Bani. Hanji.
ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਤਾ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਭਾਖੈ
The Prabh Pave. WhyGuru Ji becomes prasann, khush, happy. ਜੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ, if it pleases ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, then ਤਾਂ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਪਾਕ ਹੈ, ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ, the praises, the qualities of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਪਾਕ ਹੈ. ਪਾਕ ਹੈ means ਉਚਾਰਨਾ, ਉਚਾਰਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. That person starts to recite God's praises if it pleases God. So if we ever say WhyGuru, if WhyGuru ever comes in our tongue, then know that WhyGuru is happy with us. If we ever come to the Gurdwara Sahib and we have darshan of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, then know that WhyGuru is happy with us to bring us into their sharan. Because without their agya, without the permission of WhyGuru Ji, we cannot come here. We cannot step foot into this hazuri Maharaj Ji di agya to begin. Without WhyGuru's hukam, without WhyGuru's permission, we cannot come here. Agya to bina. Without that. So if we ever have that name on our tongue, then know that Guru Sahib Ji is so pleased with us. So every single week I talk too much, and I always think at the end we should have done some Simran. But Sukhdeep Singh keeps talking. So for 2 minutes, let's do some WhyGuru Simran together. So let's cross our legs, backs up straight. Let's focus. Many times you think, I don't want to say WhyGuru. Why? I'm just going to sit here and mime WhyGuru. Why? Because I'm nervous. I don't want somebody else to hear my voice. Just don't worry about the person next to you. Let's close our eyes. There's no better place to japana. Mile sadh sangat bhaja kevalana. So just for 2 minutes, let's all do some WhyGuru Simran together. And let's focus on Guru Sahib Ji's charan. If we can't close our eyes and focus, then just focus on Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Theek hai? Otherwise, you can close your eyes if that helps you with your concentration. Otherwise, just focus on Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. WhyGuru,
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 WhyGuru, WhyGuru, WhyGuru. So every single day in this Guru card, from 4 to 5 a.m. in the morning, Amrita Vela, they have WhyGuru Simran. So what we just did now, imagine that in the morning with a vajja and a tabla and probably a similar amount of people. So there's probably about 100 people in there right now, maybe 150, who knows. Imagine that in the morning, the same amount of people coming here every single morning. So try yourself, try coming in the morning. Probably thinking this thing's crazy telling me to come to the Gurdwara at 4 o'clock in the morning and just about come 4 times a year or maybe 4 p.m., right? But try it yourself. Try coming in the morning, wake up at 3:30, have a shower. If you're too lazy to have a shower, just wash your hands, your face and your feet, and just come to the Gurdwara for 4 o'clock. Come for 4:10 if you want, and try it yourself. Just try tomorrow. Don't worry about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just, if you struggle every week and you think every week's always a drag and it's difficult, then maybe just try this. You know what? Let me start my week by coming to the Gurdwara Sahib in the morning and doing some WhyGuru Simran for 1 hour, 40 minutes, half an hour. I promise you the time will fly when you come. Try yourself. There's no harm in trying, right? Experience what the Guru has to offer us. This sukh, this peace that we've always been looking for. Hanji, aage paro ji.
Prabh bhavai ta patit udhara.
Te patita arth hai papi. The sinner. So prabh bhavai. Je WhyGuru ji ne paunda hai ta patit udhare. Fir jire papi log han, oh bhi tar jande han. They cross over as well if it pleases WhyGuru ji. So people like Bhumia Chor. Bhumia Chor is in his name. He was a Chor. He was a thief. Very famous Sakhi. The Bhumia ji, Sadh Sangat ji, he would steal, but he was the best Chor that you can find. You know, watch the movies, and you get those thieves that are really good at stealing stuff. So that Bhumia Chor is so good. And what happens, one day he met Sikh Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, and Guru Sahib Ji asked him that, what do you do? What is your kamkar? What do you do every single day? The Bhumia couldn't lie to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, go, Maharaj ji, I'm a Chor. I'm a Chor ha, I steal all the time. They said to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, I can't stop stealing. The Guru said they don't stop stealing. So you think, hey, why would the Guru say don't stop stealing? He said, you carry on doing what you're doing, but you can't do these 3 things anymore. So the Guru gave them 3 different rules that they follow now. The first one is, you cannot lie. Sach bolna. Always speak the truth. Second thing, if you eat from somebody, you cannot do bad to them. So if you take the loon if you eat their loon, eat their salt, you can't do bad to that person, right? And the third thing was that no greedy person, no poor person should suffer because of your actions. So again, the 3 things were the first one, you cannot lie. The second one, if you eat from somebody, very simply, then you cannot do bad to that person. The teesra saas in the third one, that no poor person should suffer because of your actions. So Bhumia stopped stealing as well, actually. He was quite great. But kuch ko sama baad saas for a short period of time, Bhumia had the urge to steal again. So he went out and he thought, you know what? Let me steal from a king. Because if I steal from a Raja, he has a lot of money, Tana Daulata, then I won't have to steal again for a long time. Makes sense, right? Got to give him some props, right? He's thinking cleverly, right? Steal from a king, and then that way I don't have to worry for a long time. So he goes to the kingdom. When you go to a kingdom, what you're going to find? You're going to find gods. And he goes in front of the god, and the god says to him, who are you? What are you doing here? What is rule number 1? You cannot lie. So what does Bhumia say? They say, I'm a thief and I've come to steal from the king. And the king and the gods think, okay, so he must be somebody really important, and I've just asked him a really silly question, so they've given me a very sarcastic answer. So they let Bhumia in, right? So Bhumia thinks, whoa, this actually works, right? Man's just got inside the kingdom by telling the truth, right? Then what happens is that he gets inside the kingdom and he's looking around. He's getting all this, the saman that he wants, all the items. He puts it all in a big pile, and then he sees something tasty. Tasty, right? So what does he do? He goes and tries it, right? And when he eats it, he realizes that actually, what was the second rule by Guru Nanak Dev Ji? I cannot do bad to anybody that I eat from. And specifically it was the loon, the salt, but we don't have to get into technicalities of it. So what does he do? He thinks that actually I'm going to have to leave everything and just go now. So I remember once, just on the side note, there was once a Singh who told this Sakhi, and he goes, Bhumia at that time ate a sandwich. And I was like, a sandwich? I was like, I never knew they had sandwiches 500 years ago in India, right? I was like, sandwich? I was like, and he goes, I said, did you read that in a book? He goes, no. I go, did you make it up? He goes, yeah. I go, Hanji, they didn't have sandwiches. As far as I know, 500 years ago in India, in Guru Nanak Dev Ji Samad, they didn't have sandwiches at that time, right? So they had some mithai or something like that. What did he do? He left everything there and he left. So you can imagine the gods come, the king comes, sees all this stuff piled up, and the king thinks, who would have the guts to steal from me? And he starts to make everybody pay in the village for this, right? Because that's what they do. To find who the culprit was, they make everybody suffer. And what was the third rule? No poor person could suffer because of your actions. So Pumia came forward and told the Raja that I am the Chor. And when the Raja found out, he was so shocked. And he asked him that, why would you do all of that and then come and tell me this? And they go, because of Sikh Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So Pumia wasn't actually punished at that time. And the Raja had an itcha, desire to meet Guru Arjan Dev Ji as well. But the point here is that he was a thief. But prapave ta patit odare. Those who are patit, who are papis, they can be saved as well. If they're chod, if they're a sinner, a slanderer, they can all be saved. Gurudeva patita pavitkara. Comes in Bhavanakari. Now our Gurudev, WhyGuru Ji, Guru Sahib Ji, patita pavitkara. They make them pavitra again. If WhyGuru Ji wants. Hanji.
Aap kare, aapan bichara.
Aap kare. WhyGuru Ji does everything. Sab kuch karda hai, Prabhu Parameshwar WhyGuru Ji. Aap kare, aapan bichare. Bichare means vichar karke. Means they think about everything. Whether that's in a split second, who knows the true state of WhyGuru Ji. Mean that everything that happens is not just random. Everything happens for a reason. It's so complex, but it's all in WhyGuru Ji's hukam, Maharaj Ji de paane de vich. Hanji.
Doha Sriya ka aap swami.
Doha Sriya Sah Singh Ji, doha loka da, ja doha papiya punya da. Doha Sriya ka
aap swami.
Aap Swami, aap hi Malik hai. So Sah Singh Ji, whether it's the papi, the punni, whether it's this lok ate parlok de vich, aap Swami, aap hi Malik hai. They are the master of this world and the next world. Whether that person is a good person or a bad person, we all have the same master, the same one. That is WhyGuru Ji. Hanji.
Khela bigsa antarjami.
The antarjami, kat ke antar ki janata. Kat means within our heart. Kata, which in every single person's heart. Khele bigse antarjami. WhyGuru Ji knows everything that's happening inside our hearts, our true state. Khele bigse. Is dunya di khed, this whole play of the world, WhyGuru Ji sees it themselves. They bigse. Bigse means Maharaj Ji aap khush honde ne. They are happy seeing this whole play. What does that mean? Does that mean God's happy when we're sad? It doesn't mean that. It means that when somebody's in this play, in this whole kid, and they find the solution, they find the way out, khile bigse, then WhyGuru Ji becomes prasann, happy. When they see that this whole tamasha, मैं हो परम पुरख को दासा, they say that Guru Gobind says that I am the servant of WhyGuru Ji. And I've come to this world to see the whole tamasha. And they say when that Sikh, when that Jagyasu, that spiritual seeker finds the truth, realizes that this is a play and gets out of the play, just like in a game, when you have to get to the last level and then you complete it and you've completed the game. When somebody finds that, then they say, Khele bigse antarjami. That one WhyGuru Ji becomes so khush, so happy with that Sikh. And the one who's looking to end the game, to go beyond this game, Hanji.
Jo bhave so kar karave.
So jo bhave. Whatever pleases WhyGuru Ji, so kar karave. Us kam WhyGuru Ji karonda hai. They make that happen. Whatever pleases WhyGuru Ji, that is going to happen. It's all in Guru Sahib Ji's hukam. Whatever pleases WhyGuru Ji, Hanji.
Nanak drishti avar na aave.
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj says ke Nanak, Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji kathan karde hain ke drishti, ke sadi nazar vich, within our own glance, all I see is WhyGuru Ji. I don't see nobody else. Nanak drishti avar na jane. There's only God. Where I see from my eyes is only God. Everything that's happening is WhyGuru. So every circumstance, every situation, whichever rukavat means obstacle, it is all WhyGuru that is doing it. WhyGuru Ji. Nanak drishti avar na jane. Only WhyGuru Ji. Hanji.
Kaho Malik te kya hoye aave.
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji asks a question. Ke Hanji dwara paro ji.
Kaho Malik te kya hoye aave.
Kaho means ke aakh na karo. Ja sanu dasso, tell us this one thing. Manuk te kya hoye aave. Manuk. Ke WhyGuru Ji to bagair, without WhyGuru Ji, Manuk, what can the human do? Manuk ki kar sakta hai. What can that person do without WhyGuru Ji's Shakti? Without Guru Sahib Ji's Chetanta, without Guru Sahib Ji's living force that is put inside us, what can the person do? Ki kar sakta hai? What can we do without WhyGuru Ji? Hanji.
Jo tas bhave soi karave.
Whatever pleases WhyGuru Ji, jo tas bhave soi karave. That happens. Whatever pleases WhyGuru Ji is going to happen. What can we do without WhyGuru Ji? And the next line is very profound, Hanji.
ਇਸ ਕੈ ਹਾਥ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਕਿਛ ਲੇ
Guru Sahib Ji ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜੇਕਰ if that person has some shakti, ਇਸਕੇ ਹੱਥ ਹੋਏ, ਜੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ we have WhyGuru Ji Shakti. If we gain Guru Sahib Ji Shakti, iske haath ta hoye, ta sab kiche le. What we do? We take everything. We take everything that we can. If we had the Shakti of WhyGuru Ji, we'd want everything. Guru Sahib Ji saying, Hanji.
ਜੋ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਕਰੇ
But Guru Sahib Ji says, Jo tis pave. That's why it's not in our hands, it's in their hands. Jo tis pave, soi kare. Only what WhyGuru Ji wants is going to happen. Jo tis pave. Pave means ponda. That makes WhyGuru Ji happy. That's going to happen, Hanji.
ਅਨਜਾਨਿਤ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਮਹਿ ਰਚੈ
They unjanata. They saw Sangha we are stuck in this agyanata. We can ask Guru Sahib Ji a question. Asi Guru Sahib Ji nu ek sawal bhi put sakde ha ke these people in this world, jehde Kal Yug de jeev han, the people that live in Kal Yuga, we are stuck in Vishyavikar. Asi Vishyavikar vich rachya rende han. We always stay absorbed in Vishyavikar. Vishyavikar means the passions of the world. In anger, lust, attachment, these kind of things. We can ask Guru Sahib Ji, Kyo? Why? Why is it that everyone in this world is stuck in Vishyavikar? The Guru Sahib Ji sanu dasde han agge paro ji.
ਜੇ ਜਾਣਤ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਬਚੈ
Nahi ji, anjanat.
ਅਨਜਾਨਿਤ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਮਹਿ ਰਚੈ
Anjanat. Anjanat hai means anjan pone karke. Moodkhta karke. They say the reason why this happens. Anjanat, so anjan pone karke. Vikhya vich, Vishyavikar vich, Jiva, Rachya renda hai. Because of their agyanata, because of their ignorance, we are stuck in this whole play of Vishyavikar, of passions of the world, of our attachment, because of our ignorance. Because we don't really know that is dukh. So what does the Guru say next then? That we're stuck in this ignorance, but Guru Sahib Ji agge sanu ki dasde han Hanji.
ਜੇ ਜਾਣਤ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਬਚੈ
Je janat. Je jan means to know. That if we knew ke paap bura, papi ko pyara, ke paap is bad. That sounds so weird, right? Ke paap is bad. But sade man de vich we think paap is good. That's why Guru Sahib Ji says paap bura, papi ko pyara. That means that paap is bad for us. Getting stuck in krodh and anger leads to paap. When we get stuck in moho and we can't think straight, here asi paap karde, we do paap. So Guru Sahib Ji here said, Je janata, if we understood ke paap bura, je janata apana aap bache. Bache means to save yourself. That person runs away from the sin. Look how profound that is. What Guru Sahib Ji saying, Je janata apana aap bache, then we'd save ourselves. Guru Sahib Ji saying, we'd save ourselves from making the mistake. Guru Sahib Ji saying to us, Guru Maharaj Ji aap keh rahe ne ke paap bura papi ko pyara, paap lade pape pasara. What do? We just load ourselves with paap. Paap lade pape pasara. Pasara means to spread everywhere. Jithe bhi jeev janda hai dunya de vich, paap lade pape pasara. Everywhere they just spread paap, or they do paap everywhere. Par har paap pachane aap. When we give up paap, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਪ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਗਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਫਿਰ ਪਛਾਣੇ ਆਪ. Then we know our true self. Then we clean that panda. That panda, the ਮਨ ਰੂਪੀ ਭਾਂਡਾ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, becomes pure. ਫਿਰ then we ਆਪ ਪਛਾਣੇ. Then we know our true selves. ਨਾ ਤਿਸ ਸੋਗ ਵਿਜੋਗ ਸੰਤਾਪ. Guru Sahib says, ਫਿਰ ਨਾ ਤਿਸ, there's no sanjog, there's no sog. Sog means sorrow. Sog vijog. Vijog means separation. Santap, just diseases, pain, anguish. It is all taken away if we just stop this. Je janat aapan aap bache. Je Guru Sahib Ji sanu samat bakshan, soji bakshan, then this can happen, Hanji.
ਭਰਮੇ ਭੂਲਾ ਦਹਿਦ ਸਤਾਵੈ
So ਭਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀਵ, that ਭੁੱਲਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਜੀਵ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਭਰਮੇ ਭੁੱਲੇ
ਦਹਿਦ ਸਤਾਵੈ
ਦਸਾਂ ਦਿਸ਼ਾਵਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, that person goes from one place to the other. ਦੌੜਦਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਹੈ. They go from one corner to next corner, north, east, south, west, north, east, up, down. Everywhere that person goes in param, in doubt, They don't know what to do with their lives. They are just lost. We are all lost. Without the Guru, we are all lost. It's that simple. Guru Sahib to bagair, we are all stuck in this world and we're all lost. Hanji.
ਨਿਮਕ ਮਾਹੇ ਚਾਰ ਕੁੰਟ ਫਿਰ ਆਵੈ
The Nimakamai, man, Sasing Sade Mandavicha, within our mind, just in one moment, we travel to all four corners of the world. That's how much we think. In our mind, we can go to all Char Dishava, which in just a moment, we could be sitting here, we could be thinking about something so far away. In four different corners, this is how crazy the man is. But what is Sikhi about? Sikhi is the path of man jita, jag jita. It is the path of conquering your mind. And just on that note, with Guru Sahib's Kirpa, we're starting a new series tomorrow on our second YouTube channel called Boss TV, called the Mindset series. So it's a new series of Guru Sahib's blessings where we have Guru Sikhs who are professionals in mental health with a lot of experience as well in life that can be talking about the right kind of mindset, physical, mental, social, well-being, health, which is a big topic today that maybe in the Sikh Panth we've not really tackled that well. There's a lot of Guru Sikhs doing seva. Not saying no one's done enough seva, but we can only do more seva and do more when it comes to things like mental health. So make sure you check out the podcast that'll be coming out tomorrow when it comes to that. If you have any questions, you can ask us afterwards. But the point here is that we're here to conquer our mind, and this happens through the Guru's blessings. Hanji.
ਕਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਜਿਸ ਆਪਣੀ ਭਗਤ ਦੇ
ਕਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ through the Guru's ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਆਪਣੀ ਭਗਤ ਦੇ
ਆਪਣੀ ਭਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ bless us with their ਭਗਤੀ. ਤੇ this happens how? ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਲ ਕਰਕੇ by meeting the ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ then we are able to do ਭਗਤੀ. We talk about this every single week. I say the same ਪੰਕਤੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਬਿਨਾ ਪਾਉ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਪਜੈ ਪਾਵ ਬਿਨਾ ਭਗਤ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ ਤੇਰੀ. You can't do ਭਗਤੀ without having love, and love is gained through ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ, and then we could do ਭਗਤੀ. Then we could have true love and devotion for the Guru, and the Guru is saying when the Guru is kirpa upon us, when Vaidya bestows their blessings upon us, then we can sit here in the Guru's company. ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Then we can do ਭਗਤੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ. ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਜਨ ਨਾਮ ਮਿਲੇ
ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਜਨ. ਫਿਰ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਉਸ ਜਨ, ਉਸ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਜਨ gets ਨਾਮ, is blessed with ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ here is Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. There's so much blessings here. ਪੋਥੀ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਕਾ ਥਾਨ. This is the home of God. This is the form of God in this earth. ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਬਾਣੀ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਤਿਸ ਜੇਵਡ ਅਵਰ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ. This is the form of ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ themselves. ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਕਿਨ ਮੈਂ ਨੀਚ ਕੀਟ ਕੋ ਰਾਜ.
ਫਿਰ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ coming here into ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ. ਖਿਨ ਮਹਿ ਨੀਚ ਕੀਟ ਕੋ ਰਾਜ. ਖਿਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਛਿੰਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ that one who is a ਕੀੜਾ. ਕੀੜਾ can literally mean the lowest of the low. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗਰੀਬ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, they can become a raja if God wants. If God wants, they can make a poor person into a rich person. Jad and Triv Arth here, the deeper meaning here is Nive to Nive. The one who's the lowest of the low, who is the papiya, the biggest papi, the biggest sinner, that person can become a Brahmgyani. Khin mein neech keet ko Raj. Raj here means Brahmgyani Data is gained if Guru Sahib Ji wants. In a second, they can make the lowest of the low into the highest of the high, just like Pandit Lal Chand Ji. Pandit Lal Chand Ji had so much hankar, he disrespected Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji Maharaj, but when he fell in the Guru's charan, the Guru Sahib Ji blessed him Brahmgyani Dat in just a second. Khin mein neech keet ko Raj Hanji.
ਪਾਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਿਵਾਜ.
ਪਾਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਿਵਾਜ ਦੀਨਾ ਦੇ ਨਿਵਾਜਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ. They're the one who protects the lowly, the humble ones. Nivajan here means to cherish, to care, to take care of. Vaidya takes care of their Bhagat Jan Hanji.
ਜਾ ਕਾ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟ ਕਛੂ ਨ ਆਵੈ.
Jaka Drishta, Sat Sangaji, the one who nobody wants to look at. Nobody even sees. Kachuna Ave, nobody ever recognizes that person. That one who is seen in our lives, you can say the one who is like the loner. The one who has no friends, who feels alone. We may feel like that nobody recognizes us, Hanji.
ਤਿਸ ਤਤਕਾਲ ਦਹਿ ਦਿਸ ਪ੍ਰਗਟਾਵੈ.
This tatkal. This means osunu, that person tatkal turant hi. Tatkal, tis tatkal.
ਦਹਿ ਦਿਸ ਪ੍ਰਗਟਾਵੈ.
Deh this dasan dishawit saasingji prasiddh hunda hai. That person becomes so famous, everybody can know them in just a second if Guru Sahib Ji wants. That's the Shakti of the Guru, that somebody that nobody knows about, If Guru Sahib Ji wants, they can become so famous just in a second. Har ka bhagat pragat nahi chape. Those bhagats of WhyGuru Ji, they cannot be hidden. If Guru Sahib Ji wants, then everybody will know their soba. Ona di soba jug jug hoye koi na met na hara. Hanji.
ਜਾ ਕੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਰੈ ਬਖਸ਼ੀਸ
Hanji, so Guru Sahib Ji says, जिस प्राणी उत्ते WhyGuru Ji की कृपा दृष्टि पै जाती है, on that person that Guru Sahib Ji's कृपा दृष्टि falls, their bakshish, their blessings, hanji.
ਤਾ ਕਾ ਲੇਖਾ ਨਾ ਗਨ ਜਗਦੀਸ਼
ਲੈਣਾ ਦੇਣਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲੇਖਾ, their accounts, all their good, bad actions, everything is taken away. Ginada. Ginhe means to count. It is all taken away. Lekha koi na pochahi. Jahar baksanda. If Guru said his kirpa, then nobody asks for account. It is all wiped away. Hanji.
ਜਿਉ ਪਿੰਡ ਸਭ ਤਿਸ ਕੀ ਰਾਸ
Jio, the arth hai saasing, this sarir. This atma, maaf karo ji. This atma. Te jeev atma, te pind the arth hai sarir. Jio pind sab tis ki ras. Everything is gained. The whole punji, the whole treasure is gained by that Sikh. If Guru Sahib Ji becomes pleased with them, hanji.
ਘਟ ਘਟ ਪੂਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ
There's saasing ji inside everybody's heart. WhyGuru Ji resides. Kat kat purana brahm paragasa. WhyGuru Ji da prakash. Gyan da prakash. It resides in every single person's heart, and that Sikh realizes this. Ke sab mein hai jyot, jyot hai soy. The light sits in everyone, hanji.
ਆਪਣੀ ਬਣਤ ਆਪ ਬਣਾਈ
Apni ban. This whole creation was made by WhyGuru Ji. Apni banata aap banai. WhyGuru Ji made it themselves. Everything that you see, even yourself, you are made by God. Meaning that whatever you are right now, this is God's creation and God is perfect. So in one respect, then what we are is perfect in God's eyes as well. Even though we feel the lowest of the low, it's not to give us a boost or pump us up and say that, you know what, I'm perfect. It's to say that actually, wherever I am right now is in Guru Sahib Ji's will. And that means that I accept it because God's creation is beautiful, then I am beautiful as well, hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਜੀਵੈ ਦੇਖ ਬਡਾਈ
Nanak jive dekh badai. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj says in the last line, akhili pankti vich, Nanak jive dekh badai. Is sansar nu dekh ke, WhyGuru Ji di mehma dekh ke, badai, dekh badai. They say that I am in complete anand and I am a sacrifice. Jonde. They say that I live in the will of WhyGuru Ji and I live seeing the creation of WhyGuru Ji, seeing what WhyGuru Ji has done, that this is all their play and their play is beautiful. So we'll do samapti the Katha hai. Please forgive all the mistakes made in the Katha. Please accept all the binti as well. Again, every single morning from 4 to 5 a.m. Amrita Villa, they have Simran here. So try and come in the morning and try and join the Sad Sangat and do some Guru Mantar da japa. So inya binti parvan karniya deho sajna si sariya jo hove Sahib syo mel.
ਜਿਉ ਪਿੰਡ ਸਭ ਤਿਸ ਕੀ ਰਾਸ ਘਟ ਘਟ ਪੂਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਣਤ ਆਪ ਬਣਾਈ ਨਾਨਕ ਜੀਵੈ ਦੇਖ ਬਡਾਈ
हे गोविंद
हे गोपाल हे दयाल लाल प्राणनाथ अनाथ सखे दीन दर्द निवार
हे समरथ
अगम पूरन मोहे मैं आतार
अंधकूप
महापयान नानक पार्यो तार
आए प्रभ
शरणागति कृपा निध दयाल
एक अक्षर हर मन
बसत नानक होत निहाल
वाहिगुरु नाम जहाज है
बड़े सो तेरे पार
जो सरदा कर सेव दे
गुर पार उतार नहार
जो सरदा कर सेव दे गुर पार
उतार नहार
वाहिगुरु जी का
खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. WhyGuru Ji ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji ki Fateh.